Hey everyone, it's Preston Clark. Today I'm going to walk you through our award-winning Microsoft Word add-in called SimpleAI. Whether you're a Law Insider user or SimpleDocs user, this experience will be identical. We're going to focus today on some of the newest features, like our AI playbook library, how to configure it, how to set fallback, how to set custom comments. But we'll also look at some of the existing features like AI assistant, redlining, drafting. Let's jump right into it. I have a mutual non-disclosure agreement up for demo purposes. I have my Word add-in installed. I'm logged in. We're going to start with Law Insider standards, in particular, our standard playbook library, which is wonderful. It is easy to configure. It is robust. It is comprehensive. We will start there. We'll look briefly at templates, so to give you a view of the standard template library offered from Law Insider. And then we're going to jump into redlining, draft, compare, general review, and custom playbooks. We're going to do all of this in the next 10 minutes. Buckle up. Let's go. So for standard playbooks, this is a growing library of expert-developed, data-informed playbooks. And for our purposes today, we're going to start with NDAs. How you should think about this. If you either don't have a playbook already or you have sort of a loose semblance of spreadsheets and documentation, this is a great starting point because these are expert developed, which means that they're good starting points. They have the common issues that one is looking for when you're reviewing a mutual non-disclosure agreement. And then, of course, you can go much deeper. So in this case, I'm looking at 19 different rules that govern how one might negotiate a mutual NDA. I can expand these. I see that this one has a primary rule that says the term should be a year, but that it also accepts 2 years as a fallback. And I can add additional fallbacks. I can remove fallbacks. The response type I have turned on is redlining. The other type is red flag. What does that mean? Red flag is just issue spotting. So you may want to build a playbook that is just for issue flagging, and then you're going to go decide what to do with it. But when redlining is turned on, it's obviously very action-oriented, and it's going to propose changes consistent with whatever you have documented here. Guidance notes is wonderful. This is for junior lawyers, someone new to the company, or just general justification for why the change or the issue that's being flagged is being flagged, why it's important to your business. Enabling comments. We've all lost days of our lives typing in the same comments to justify our changes over and over again. This is not a particularly good comment here, but you get the spirit of it. This is where you can code these in or codify these with each corresponding issue. Just like that, you can go one by one through these. You can delete individual playbooks. You can turn them off. You can change the order in which they appear to you as the drafter. You can share these with your internal teams so that other lawyers can benefit from your work and playbook setup. And you can go one by one to get these exactly the way you need. Turning off just means that if I've toggled it this way, when I run the playbook next time, it will ignore that issue. Okay, let's go ahead and click Save and Run. It's now going to run this playbook against the document. So I have the mutual non-disclosure agreement up on the left. It's going to take its time, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds to process the document, and it'll start making redline changes again that are consistent with the playbook. The guidance notes will appear where they've been drafted or where they've been included. Custom comments will appear where they've been included. You can make a decision as you go what you're going to accept and what you're going to ignore. You're still keeping your legal hat on, of course, because there's still lots of discretionary decisions to be made, but it's going to always defend the playbook and give you recommendations that are consistent with what's been documented. This is the one that we changed. So we had a fallback position and we had a primary position. It was 1 and 2 years. I'm going to stick with primary now because this is the first turn on this agreement. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And what this does, as you can see on the left, is it changed the term from 6 years to 1. And it's added the custom comment. So this is how the AI playbook library works. I encourage you to go in there, roll up your sleeves, find the agreement types that are most relevant to you, and start modifying those for your specific business. Okay, let's jump out to the home screen. I want to keep us moving here. I'm going to now focus up here at document review. If I turn redlining on, this is a just-in-time way to look for issues and to make changes. So when I have redlining turned on and I say something like, make sure choice of law is Florida. This is jurisdiction agnostic, by the way, as well as language agnostic. So I'm using Florida and I'm using English language. You could write this in Spanish and have the jurisdiction in Madrid, Spain. Make sure choice of law is Florida, and we do not except non-solicitation in NDAs. I've made these very direct. The power of the AI is it is semantic in nature, so I don't have to create examples of what it's looking for. It's rule-based, it's principle-based. Look for choice of law, make sure it's Florida. Look for non-solicitation. If it's there, remove it. It's exactly what the AI has just done. It looks like this NDA is proposing California. I said Florida. It looks like it did find a non-solicitation, and we're going to go ahead and reject that. So if I click apply on both of these, those red lines immediately take hold in the document. Now, in this scenario, I can also say I need a liquidated damages clause or whatever it is. This can also be in any language in any jurisdiction. So you can give this the most precise explanation of what you're looking for, or you can give something that is vague. It's going to use a combination of large language model plus the Law Insider database to produce a draft. It will always use the Law Insider index to score this draft. And then you can decide whether or not to modify it further as needed, assuming that it meets your needs and it's suitable. You can find a position in the document where you want that to go. You can click insert at cursor, and then that will carry over. You can also just turn off the actions altogether and just talk to the document. I need a draft email summarizing all red lines. I think I have a typo there. It'll probably ignore and move past. Yep, it knew what I meant. It produced 4 changes: the inclusion of liquidated damages, the change to term, and the change to law and jurisdiction and non-solicitation. I can copy that and take it with me. Okay. In the minutes we have, which are not many, let's go back out to the home screen. We've looked at redline and we've looked at draft. We've looked at standard playbook or the AI playbook library. Let's look at general review. In the scenario, you don't have a playbook, but it's an agreement that nevertheless you want the tool to analyze. You can do what's called general review, and this is where you indicate which party you are in the transaction. And any other notes that relate to what you may be concerned about or issues that you're looking for. You can do a fast AI review, or you can do a highest quality. I recommend the highest quality. And this is effectively going to produce a just-in-time playbook that you can use for analyzing any agreement, whether you've seen it before or not. Compare is wonderful in as much as you need to compare 2 documents that need to be aligned with each other, but that are not identical. Right, so this isn't version control. Microsoft does version control wonderfully well already. We can do it too, but this really comes into play when I'm comparing a term sheet and an LOI with a purchase agreement where I need key business terms to be aligned. I could also use it to compare my own standard agreement, MSA, versus a third-party MSA, not for redlining purposes, but just to understand what are the core differences between the documents. And again, because this is semantic in nature, it's not looking for word differences. It's looking for intent or purpose or principle-based differences in the documents, and that's the summary that you will get. You can click on the attach button, select among PDFs or Word documents, upload those, and it will give you a very comprehensive analysis. Okay, let's back out, see what else we missed. So we talked about redline, draft, compare, general review, custom playbooks. This is a pro feature. This is where you can literally build a playbook from scratch. You can build your own one rule at a time, or you can use an existing document, a template, or something else, and it will extrapolate a set of rules that you can then modify. So this is wonderful, and you can create individual names for those, and those are shareable across your team as well. So if you are the admin or if you're the leader of the practice and you are building these playbooks out, each of them can be shareable across the legal function and business function. Okay, the last feature I will share for today is templates. This is a new area as well where you can actually benefit from the one NDA standards, the one DPA. So if you're an adopter of one of these standard templates, like one NDA, this is wonderfully powerful in that you can use this as a starting point to both generate the agreement itself. So this is an example of what one NDA looks like. I could download it if I just need to take it with me, or I can open it. And when I open it, I'm now in a position to modify this based on the standards of one NDA. So this is a great template library that will be growing in breadth over time, but will be focused largely on the one NDA standards and the Law Insider standard library. That is it for today. I encourage you to test out the features we went through. We launch products every quarter, so you will see a series of new updates coming to SimpleAI in the weeks and months to come. We have loads more of tutorial videos on our YouTube channel that you can always check out. And if you have questions, you can always email us at support@simpledocs.com. Thanks so much.